Hi everyone. In this session, I am going to explain probability and statistics. This is JNT syllabus for second year civil and CSC and mechanical. So those students can follow my videos continuously. So before going to start the probability definition, here I am giving some main applications of probability. These are the real-time applications of probability. These are weather forecasting and communications and data analysis and finance and share marketing and sports and strategies in insurance companies. So in real time we are the probability plays very important role in these categories. In weather forecasting, how it is useful: meteorologists can't predict exactly what the weather will be. So based on some probability tools, they determine whether it will be raining or whether it will be snowing or whether it will be something, etc. They calculate it based on the percentage. In the same way, in communications, how to use the how probability plays in communications. So in communications, based on the some probability tools, they understand the behavior of noise and they can measure the correct the errors and something. In the same way, in data analysis based on the some probability rules, probability tools, they collected the data and they analyze the data, predict some informations, predict trends from data, and so those by using the probability distributions. So next in um, strategies, sports and strategies, based on some probability tools, they can they can estimate the players performance and everything based on the previous performance of the player. So they can estimate that, and they can play some strategies based on the previous games performances. They can estimate, they can place some strategies, so by using the probability distributions. So probabilities plays very important role in insurance policies. Based on the person's age, which policy suits to him. Based on the, I mean, suppose 45 years person, which policy suits to him. So in these categories, probability plays very important in the general, in the real life. So as a engineering student, you should know what are the importance of that particular subject, what are the main applications in real time applications, in real time applications of the particular subject you should know. So now come to the syllabus. Experiment. Before the probability definition, before the probability definition, you should know the some basic definitions. Experiment. What is experiment? Have you heard about the word experiment? So you hear the experiment, you are doing experiments in the laboratories. What you do, what it gives? It gives the result. Okay, an activity that gives a result is known as an experiment. An activity that gives a result is known as an experiment. Tossing a coin. If you toss a coin, you are doing activity, you are tossing. So you are tossing a coin, it gives a result. You are throwing a die, you are doing activity that is throw. So you are throwing a die, it gives a result. If you throw a die, it gives a result. It may be 2 or it may be 3, it may be 4. It gives some result. So which activity gives a result is known as an experiment. So now next, deterministic and undeterministic. What is deterministic? Which experiment gives the exact result, that is called a deterministic. So in the experiment, the results are known exactly. The results are known exactly. The result have only one exactly result, that is called a determinist. Suppose Na plus Cl. Na plus, if you mix sodium and chloride, you will get sodium chloride only. So Na plus Cl gives NaCl only. So you are doing experiment Na plus Cl, you are mixing Na plus Cl. You know what will happen. Before the experiment also you should know what will happen. Na plus Cl, if you mix Na plus Cl, it gives NaCl only. So if you know the exact result, that is the deterministic. That is deterministic. Next, undeterministic. If in the experiment the results are not known exactly, the result, then it is called undeterministic. If you know, if the results are not known exactly in the experiment, then it is called the undeterministic. Now I'm doing an experiment tossing a coin. I'm tossing a coin. I don't know whether it may be head or tail. Okay, so here head or tail, uncertainty. The head and tail, the outcomes when you tossing a coin, the outcome is head or tail. So it may be head or it may be tail. Those are uncertainty. Before that, in the deterministic, Na plus Cl gives NaCl, only one result, that is certainty. Certainty means only particular, they are not changing, the results are not changing, only one exact result. Here uncertainty. If you're tossing a coin one time, if you first time if you're tossing a coin head, second time if you're tossing a coin tail, third time you're tossing a coin head, so the results are uncertainty results. So if the experiments, if in the experiment the results are not known exactly, then it is called undeterministic. So now next, random experiment. What is random experiment? If an experiment is conducted more times, if an experiment is conducted more times with the same rules means first time what are the same rules? First experiment, what the same rules you are following, with the same rules second time also you are applying, in the same rules you are applying third experiment, in same rules you are applying the fourth time, and the results are not known exactly with undeterministic situations. So with undeterministic, first time you are doing experiment, first time the results are uncertainty, second time the same rules, with the same rules regulations you are doing the experiment, second time results are uncertainty, with the same rules and same regulations you are following the third time experiment, so results are uncertainty, and that means undeterministic situations. So that experiment is when the experiment is repeating in the same like this, then that experiment is called random experiment. I am repeating once again. If an experiment is conducted under the identical conditions, that means experiment is conducting with the same rules with uncertainty results, is called random experiment. If an experiment is conducted under the identical conditions with undeterministic situations, is called random experiment. Tossing a coin five times. First time, head or tail, you don't know. Second time, head or tail, you don't know. Third time, if you toss third time, you don't know before that head or tail. So five times you are tossing a coin. That means five times you are repeating the experiment. So that is a random experiment. So trial. What is trial? Suppose you want to buy a bike. You are going to a shop. So what you do first? You ask a person, I want go for a ride. So how many times you give? Only one time. That is called a trial. So the next one more example. So you went a shop. You are buying a dress. So you go for a trial. So trial means only one time you are wearing, or two or three times wearing? One time. So conducting an experiment only once is known as a trial. Example, tossing a coin once. So next, event. What is an event? The possible outcomes of a random experiment is called events. The possible outcomes of a random experiment. Random experiment. In the random experiment, what are the possible outcomes? Those are nothing but events. Suppose tossing a coin five times. Five times. First time head, second time tail, third time coin faces are head and tail. So first time when you are tossing a coin, head or tail, it may be head or it may be tail. One outcome will appear. Okay. Second time tossing a coin, tail. Third time you tossing a coin, head. Fourth time tail. Fifth time head. So what are the possible outcomes here? You are getting either head or tail. So the total possible outcomes of tossing a coin is two, head or tail. So throwing a die, the faces of dice are six. So when you are throwing a die, either one or two or three or four or five or six. Other than six, it will not come because die faces are only six. So when the possible outcomes of throwing a in the random experiment, the possible outcomes, what are the possible outcomes in the random experiments of throw, if you throw a die 1 2 3 4 5 6, these are the events. So next, sample space. What is sample space? The set of all possible head and tail are outcomes. The set of head and tail is nothing but a sample space. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called a sample space. Tossing a coin. When you're tossing a coin, the possible outcomes are head and tail. The set of head and tail is nothing but sample space for tossing a coin. Tossing two coins. When you're tossing two coins, take two coins, put in one coin in left hand, put in one coin in right hand. Just toss two coins. What are the faces you may get? Observe the faces. It may be head head. Those are the four chances only we get. Head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. Only these four chances you get. Tossing two coins. Why you fixed four chances means in the coins, in the coin, how many faces? Two. How many coins you are using? Two. 2 power 2, 4. 2 square means 4. So 4 like that you can calculate. So four chances you are getting. Four possible outcomes you get when tossing two coins. So those are head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. Sample space of two coins is head head, head tail, tail head, tail tail. Next, sample space, we denote the sample space with capital S. Throwing a die. Single die, when you throw a single die, sample space is the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When throwing two dice, the die has first, before write the sample space, you have to just analyze how many possible outcomes. Okay. So the base, in the base, formula is a power n. A means the faces of the die or coin. The faces of a die is 6. How many coins you are using? 2. That is n. So a power n. So 6 power 2. 6 square means 36. 36 possible outcomes you are getting. Sample space. In the sample space you have number of possible outcomes 36. If you throwing a die, in the first die, take one die in the left hand, take another die in the right hand. Throw. First you may get a chance. First on the first die you get 1. In the second die you may get 1. 1 1. All possible outcomes you have to calculate. First die start with 1. Second die changes. You have to calculate like that. So 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6. These are the possible outcomes. Like that 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, 2 5, 2 6. 3 1, 3 2, 3 3, 3 4, 3 5, 3 6 and so on like this till 6 comma 6. So these are the possible outcomes when throwing two dice. So this is the sample space for throwing two dice. Next, cards. I think some people, some students can know about the cards. Some students doesn't know about the cards. So here I am giving the cards flow chart. Cards have in the cards set has 52 cards. Total it has a 52 cards. Black and red. Black set of cards and red set of cards. Black set has 26 cards and red set has 26 cards. We have so many problems according to the cards. That's why I'm just, before solving the problems you should know what are the cards and how many black and how many red cards. In black cards, and again what are the what are the symbols. In red, what are the symbols you should know. So total set of cards has 52. In 52 cards we have black 26 and red 26. Again in black we have spades. Spades 13, clouds 13. Spades and clouds under the black. And red has diamonds shape 13 and hearts 13. So like this we have a cards. Next, already we discussed about events. What is an event? The possible or outcomes in the random experiment is called nothing but events. Events are four types, very important definitions. Exhaustive events and mutually exclusive events and equally likely events and favorable events. So those are the four events, very important. What is exhaustive events? The total number of all possible outcomes of a random experiment are called exhaustive event. The total number of, in the sample space, what are the total? The total number of all possible outcomes of a random experiment are called exhaustive events. Suppose if you die, if you throw a die, you are getting 1, 2, 3, 6. So total 6. 6 are exhaustive events. Next, mutually exclusive events. Two events are said to be mutually exclusive events if occurrence of one event exclusive occurrence of the other. Very important. Try to understand this definition. Two events are said to be mutually exclusive events if occurrence of one event exclusive occurrence of the other. Suppose in the previous example, if you take just die is thrown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, comma 6 are said to be mutually exclusive if occurrence of 5 exclusive occurrence of the 6. That means 5. When 5 occurs, 6 does not occur. When 6 appears, 5 does not appear. So 5 comma 6 are mutually exclusive. Occurrence of one event, exclusive occurrence of the other. Suppose if you're tossing a coin, head, tail or outcomes. Suppose if you toss a coin, what are the possible outcomes of a coin? Either head or tail. Head and tail are the possible outcomes. Suppose if you toss a coin, head appears. When head appears, tail does not appear. When tail appears, head does not appear. Both the outcomes does not appear at the same time. That is nothing but the occurrence of one event exclusive occurrence of the other. Okay, so two events are said to be mutually exclusive events occur if occurrence of one event exclusive occurrence of the other. I hope everyone understood this definition. Next, in the examination, you may get a question. What is mutually exclusive event? Give one example which is mutually exclusive and give one example which are not mutually exclusive events. So this is very important definitions. Examples that which are mutually and which are not mutually exclusive events. Now for explaining this definition, I'm giving one example. Single, if you single die is thrown, what are the sample space for single die? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm taking occurrence of odd is one event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are also outcomes. But now I am taking one event occurrence of odd. Occurrence of odd means in the sample space 1, 3, 5 comes under the odd numbers. Occurrence of even 2, 4, 6. Okay. Now I throw a die. I get 4. Okay. 4 comes in the even number. Okay. 4 4 is under the even event. Okay. When 4 appears, 3 does not appear. When even number appears, odd number does not appear. When odd number appears, even number does not appear. So, both odd and even are mutually exclusive events. I hope everyone understood. So, when odd number appears, I repeat once again the example. I'm just writing the sample space for a single die. Now odd event, that is odd numbers. Even event, that is even numbers. When even numbers, if I throw a die, when even numbers appears, odd numbers does not appear. 4 is an even number. When even number appears, odd number does not appear. Again I throw a die. 3 appears. 3 is odd number. That means when odd number appears, even does not appear. So odd and even are mutually exclusive events. Now comes to the next example, which are not mutually exclusive. This is very important. One time this question came in one time in the examination. What is mutual exclusive event? Give an example which is mutually exclusive, which is not mutually exclusive. So now I am going to explain which are not mutually exclusive. So sample space, same sample space for single die 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here even 2 4 6. Here I am taking prime. Before example odd and even, but here I am taking the example even numbers and prime numbers. Even numbers 2 4 6. Prime numbers 2 3 4 2 3 5. So I hope everyone understood. Even numbers 2 4 6, prime numbers 2 3 5. Now I am throwing a die. Okay, 3. 3 is under the prime number. Even numbers, even does not appear. When 5, again if I throw a die, 5 comes under the prime number. Okay, if I throw again, I throw a die, 2 appears. Now you are taking 2 under the prime number or even numbers. So here 2 is not a prime number. 2 is prime number, sorry, 2 is prime number as well as 2 is even number. So prime number appears, even number appears. So prime number and even number, both the events are occurring at the same time. So even and prime numbers are not mutually exclusive events. Okay. So next definition, equally likely events. The events of a random experiment are said to be equally likely events if none of them can be expected preference to the other. That means the chance, how much chance of getting head is as getting the same chance of getting the tie. Okay, so what is the chance of getting 1 is same as the chance of getting 2 also. So that means the chance of occurrence of one is same as the chance of occurrence of the other. That is, none of them can be expected preference to other. There is no so equal all possible outcomes has a equal chances. Suppose if a die is throw, single die is throw, 1 2 3 4 5 6 are the outcomes. So all the outcomes has a equal chance. So then these all events are the equally likely events. So for this example, if may ask which one is which is not equally likely events, if they ask the question, you can just write. Suppose you may hear 80% of the chance, 80% has a chance it may rain tomorrow. 20%, 80%, we have a chance 80% to may get rain tomorrow. That means what? 20% has a chance will not get rain tomorrow. So 80% has a large chance. 20% has a small chance. So 80% and 20%, they are not equally likely events. Rain, not rain. These are not equally likely events. You can give the example for which is not equally likely events. Next, favorable events. Favorable events means for the total from the sample space, I am taking some favorable events, that is nothing but the favorable events. The number of outcomes which are favor in the experiment are called in the experiment. In the experiment, I need some specific outcomes. Those are nothing but the favorable outcomes. The number of outcomes which are favor in the experiment are called favorable events or favorable outcomes. Suppose a die is thrown, 1 2 3 4 5 6 are the sample space. Even my favorable event is even number. Even number from the sample space, even numbers are 2 4 6. 2 4 6, that is nothing but my favorable outcomes. it's depend not my, it depends on the experimenter depending on the problem. Now you heard all the definitions, you gone through the all the definitions. Now come to the probability definition. The main definition of probability: if m is the number of favorable outcomes in n possible outcomes, then the probability of E is nothing but number of favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes, that is m by n. So by reading this definition, I think you you don't understand, you can't understand the definition. Just go through the below the problem, then after learn the definition, then you can understand. First go through the example. A die is thrown. Find the probability of odd number. That means if a single die is thrown, what is the probability of getting odd number? What is the probability and what is chance of getting odd number? You have to calculate what is the probability of odd number. Probability means estimation. What is the probability of odd number? Odd number. So first you have to write the sample space for the single die. Here I am writing the sample space for the single die. Sample space means if you throw a die, what are the total outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total number of possible outcomes we are denoting with small n. That is n equals to number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes are 6. So from the problem, odd number we have to take as a favorable event. So occurrence of odd numbers is 1, 3, 5. So total number of favorable outcomes is denoting with m equals to 3. So the probability of getting odd number is m by n, number of favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes. So 3 by 6, 1 by 2. So the probability of an event is nothing but number of favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes. I repeat once again. The probability of an event is nothing but number of favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes. So if m is the number of favorable outcomes in n possible outcomes, then the probability of E is number of favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes. So I'm concluding this session. What you are learned. So first you learned the experiment. What is an experiment? An activity with which activity gives the result is nothing but an experiment. If in the experiment the results are known exactly, that is comes under the deterministic. If the results are not known exactly, if the results are uncertainty results, then it is undeterministic. If an experiment is repeating more times, then it is the random experiment. In the random experiment, the possible outcomes is nothing but set of possible outcomes in the random experiment is nothing but sample space. In the sample space, the outcomes of a sample space, the outcomes of a random experiment. So the outcomes of a random experiments are nothing but event. Events are 4 types: exhaustive events, mutually likely events, equally likely events, favorable events. The total number of outcomes in the random experiments are nothing but exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive likely events means 2 events are said to be mutually likely events if occurrence of one event is exclusive occurrence of the other. Equally likely events means equal preference of the outcomes. Favorable events means taking the favor in the experiment is nothing but favorable events. So this is the basic definitions of probability. So after learning this, what is nothing but probability? Probability means estimation. Probability is nothing but estimation. So in the next session, we just start the probabilities. First, we are starting the probabilities on coins, next cards, next some balls, on problems on balls. So some basic problems will start in the next session. So continue to watch my videos. Thank you.